Hi there Pisces, I'm EllaAradia and welcome to your October 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. This reading is for my Pisces water signs, where we'll be exploring the overall energies and themes for the month ahead, as well as taking a deeper dive into how these might be playing out for you in your life. This is a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little bit differently for all of you. What I do find though is there's always a shared theme that runs through the collective of all of you Pisces signs. So take what feels aligned to you and just leave the rest. And before we jump in, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who are supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. So if you enjoy this reading and you haven't already done that, please do. It helps the channel out a lot. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and then you can get notified when the next videos are up. So Pisces, let's jump in. So I always like to just tune in a little bit to the energies first before I start pulling cards. I'm seeing the message here, Pisces, stay on track. And what that relates to is about staying true to you and what you really want. Because I feel for many of you there's been some kind of major change that has recently happened in your life, which has put you on, a different path. And to me it feels like something came to a close. It may have happened suddenly. And that could relate to, of course, the career area of your life or love. Something completed, something came to a close. And in terms of love, you may have found yourself recently single and you're moving on. You may even be dating and, meeting new people. But what I'm feeling here is you haven't met the right person yet. And there's just this little caution that I'm feeling here, Pisces, around, not settling for less because of insecurities or fears of perhaps around being alone. And really just staying on track and staying true to you and what you really want. And it's the same for career. It may have been a job that, ended suddenly, some kind of opportunity that fell through, and, it's put you in this position of, looking what's next. And again, getting yourself out there and looking for, what is kind of next for you in life. And, things coming along, but again, this same sense that I'm getting of, not feeling quite what you're looking for, or you're not quite in alignment. And again, this caution of, staying true to you and not settling for something which ultimately may not be what you want, or it may not be fulfilling. So this is all about staying on track and really just trusting in your path in that way. So with your overall energies, we have the Seven of Swords. And, that is often a card of trust, actually, particularly in, love readings. It can show up when, there are trust issues in a connection. And it's all about strategy and how we navigate a situation. And I do feel that there is this message of, really just trusting your path forward. And it may not be to be, quite so strategic here. It may be more about, bringing in that energy of trust. And just trusting that the universe, will line up people, places and situations for you. And what lies in your recent past, the Lovers. Your current energies, the Seven of Wands. Your feelings towards your situation, the Fool. Now, with the Lovers in your recent past, this is often a card of choice, of some kind of choice that was made. And it could be a choice in love, whether to stay, whether to move on. Because the Lovers is all about making choices which are truly aligned with your heart and your core values. And when I see the Seven of Wands there, that's all about, you know, standing in your truth, Pisces. And, you know, really honouring that, you know, no matter what the situation, staying true to you. And, you know, really embodying and standing strongly in those energies. I mean, sometimes it's a card of being guarded as well, but in this case, I feel like it is about, you know, it's more about you just standing in your truth here. And, you know, there may have been a difficult decision, there may have been, you know, somebody in your past that you have had to perhaps walk away from, that, you know, you really didn't feel in alignment with in that way. You know, something that was not fulfilling or satisfying about that connection, or, you know, in terms of career, a particular job or project that you might have been working on. Because I do feel that some kind of, you know, major shift or change has occurred for you. And with your feelings towards your situation, a new beginning, wanting a new beginning. And the energies of the Fool are, you know, all about, you know, the beginning of a new chapter in your life. And one in which you are showing up in a different way with this Seven of Wands. You're showing up much more in these energies of being true to you. And the Fool, you know, it's all about taking a leap of faith. And sometimes, you know, we have this new invitation of a new chapter and we can't see perhaps where it's leading. But sometimes it's about stepping into the unknown here, Pisces, and just trusting, you know, trusting that, you know, your path will unfold as it's meant to. And it's really all about you being in the right energy as you move forwards, you know, trusting the unknown, letting the universe, you know, bring people, places, opportunities to you. And just really approaching that with an open heart and curiosity. What lies in your challenge is the Sun. Your hidden influence, the Seven of Pentacles, a moment to take a pause and to take stock and really have a deeper look at, you know, who or what you are putting your energies into. What do you want to nurture moving forwards? So it's a card of reevaluation. And the most important thing in this, Pisces, is your happiness, is what I'm feeling. And that is what is at stake here. Because to me, it feels a little bit like, you know, whether this is a job or a person in your past, that maybe, you know, you still have, you know, some kind of feelings for, or there's some kind of attachment. To continue with that or to go back to that, will you perhaps be sacrificing your greater happiness in all of this? And with your advice from the universe, we have the Page of Wands. And that's a message to follow your heart here and to really do what, you know, lifts your heart up and inspires you. and to really look after yourself in that way is what I'm feeling here. So following your heart and just being open to, you know, those energies of inspiration and creativity. You know, the Page of Wands, it's a very, very much an energy of enthusiasm. So some kind of, you know, new beginning for you in that sense. And very much, you know, making a choice here moving forwards, which is what you truly feel aligned with. And it's not about, you know, doing what anybody else, you know, thinks you should be doing. It's about doing what's best for you and really looking after your happiness in this. Because in the challenge, I really feel like that is the caution here. This is the thing which, you know, in going back to something that, you know, wasn't fulfilling, didn't feel healthy in some way, you know, that's the cost of that. Your happiness and your joy. And perhaps your ability to really tap into, you know, that raw energy of potential, which, you know, the sun is all about success, happiness. And it's a powerful energy to, you know, have behind you moving into whatever this next phase is for you. And what lies in your outcome is potential, the Seven of Cups. And, you know, I really feel that that is, you know, what this is all about here with this Page of Wands, of being open to, you know, potential, to possibility around what comes next for you. And, you know, there is different cups with different things in them. And the most important thing here is about making sure that you choose the one that's right for you. And, you know, at some point, you know, with this Seven of Cups, you know, you need to take an action on something. Otherwise, you know, they do just remain illusions or dreams. But it is bringing you into that point of that potential. And what follows that is the King of Wands. And I feel like this is all about reclaiming your power, you know, using that energy of creativity to really be your inspiration moving forwards here, and, you know, making a choice which is going to lead you, you know, into that place of happiness and joy in life. It may involve, you know, letting go of something, somebody in the past. But that may be something that, you know, is necessary for you in order to, you know, really grow and evolve and to accomplish, you know, what you do truly want for your life here, Pisces. So I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, no matter what comes through in a reading, moving forwards, always trust what feels best for you. So thanks so much for being here, Pisces, and I wish you a great month ahead.